Very warm welcome to the 2023 DW Global Media Forum Startup Contest. And thank you, Javier. Now, for those of you who have been here before, you will realize and know that this is the stage for the most innovative and brightest ideas from media startups from all around the world. And for the first timers around you, well, prepare to be amazed. But here's a bit of background to begin with. Our startup contest, you've seen some statistics right there. It was first introduced in 2019 and has grown from strength to strength ever since. This year, however, we really comfortably managed to reach some new heights, which I'd quickly like to highlight for you. We had 150 applicants, as you just saw, from 37 countries. In fact, it's the first time we broke the 100 applicant mark, and we did so quite comfortably. We had 5 continents represented. The only main exclusion there was Australia, which I believe is okay because they actually won the award last year. We did have the difficult task of picking 12 final competitors who attended our incubation days last month, and you just saw those countries a moment ago. And in the end, well, we have 3 finalists, and I'm really happy to say that they're here with us today. And you will get to meet them in just a moment. But before we do, I do have a quick message that I want to show you all, and it's not just for startups. It's also for everybody else who has to keep a very entrepreneurial mind about their work. So all you freelancers, stringers, fixers out there, this is a message that also applies to you. So to our dear director, Stefan, please roll the video.
So what I would recommend to most of the people that I see in the startup contest crowd is spend at least 20% of your time in getting in touch with your customers. Most of you have a great business ideas, but are a bit stuck in building the product alone and focusing 100% of your time into that. So at least one day a week, communicate with your customers, build relationships to potential future users and stakeholders. By creating great content, letting them participate in the creation journey of your business. That is true as well for the bigger teams who have already advanced a bit more. Go ahead and get real-world feedback, talk about it publicly, and talk about your improvements of your product publicly on social media. Try to give that a real boost.
There we are. Communicate with your customers. That's the message. And that was Ben Sufiani, marketing guru, the founder of Pirate Skills, one of the trainers who shared his knowledge with our 12 competitors last month who attended the Startup Incubation Days. And thank you, Ben. Now, here we are. I'm being joined by our 3 judges, and our 3 finalists are also making their way down. Please come here to my right. That'll be your left. After you. Yes, big round of applause, please. Thank you. Now, I believe I gave these guys a very hard task last night, maybe perhaps even a sleepless night. I told them they have to describe their startup idea in just 1 sentence. And the complexity of their work, you wouldn't believe it, so it really is a difficult task. If you wouldn't mind grabbing a microphone, Sasha, I'm going to ask you, because you're going to start. There we go. Sasha.
Uno.
Hello.
Hello.
You're from SharpShark, from Spain, by the way, and we think we can all agree that she already wins the DW Global Media Forum Award for Best Hair. But tell us, 1 sentence, what does SharpShark do?
We think that the era of fake news and AI-generated content, the world needs the immutable source of truth that a small startup team can bring to the world. And SharpShark is a blockchain-based company that helps media to protect, monetize their content, and making the source of information immutable.
Okay, thank you. And if you could pass that microphone to Parul Madan here, she is going to ask you a specific question. Parul Madan is the founder of DoDash and she's paired up with you.
Okay, Sasha, that was very interesting, and I have heard your longer pitch. How can Deutsche Welle benefit, and also the audience here at large, benefit from the solution that you are providing?
When we started our startup, the challenge that we put ourselves was to bring blockchain to traditional media world and make this strong connection between traditional media and new technologies. So we created a really disruptive civil tech, and we know how to make copyright protection 100 times cheaper and faster than using traditional tools. So this is the value that we can bring to Deutsche Welle, and we believe that collaborating with these great, big, historical media, we can create a decentralized oracle of intellectual property, so we can know for the world by whom, where, when, and with what terms of distribution any piece of content have been ever created. In this manner, we can eliminate fake news for completely.
Thank you. Eliminating fake news. Wonderful. Now we have to move on to Gabriel Karsan, whose startup is called Ongea Na Demokrasia. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yes,
Okay,
Ongea Na
thank you.
Demokrasia.
Thank you. Now, Gabriel, this guy, he's got heaps of energy. I'm really jealous. But you two only get one sentence to tell us what your startup is all about. So, ready, steady, go.
We want to offer democracy as a service to humanity, leveraging technology with a decentralized open source platform that is in touch with the young generation of Africa.
Okay, that was... And for your specific question, you get Ute Hensken. Ute represents RTL Ventures, which is the section of Germany's biggest private media organization that facilitates partnerships for startups. Ute, stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Gabriel, I heard your pitch last night, very interesting, and you came all the way from Tanzania to Bonn, which is great. Looking at the Global Media Forum's motto of this year, how does your business idea picks up on overcoming divisions? What do you think is like the main factor or feature that you would like to point out?
The youth demographic is a marginalized group for most of Africa, especially when they're coming with a new language and a new system. So what we do, we tap in that objective and functional ability for young people to have a voice and speak in a platform that represents citizen journalism, as well as the pillars of a very simple matter: the internet as a form of media plurality, and the internet as a form of expression, and democracy as a human trait, as embraced by young people.
Thank you, Gabriel. And if you want to know more about his organization, he's doing some advertising on this t-shirt, so there we go. And last and certainly not least, we have Numeral Daka with us from Zambia, from Community Smart Media. And without going into too much detail, I just need you all to know that getting him to Germany was not an easy task. In fact, you might even call it a small diplomatic tiff, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. We're just really happy to have you here, and here's your one sentence to describe what you do.
Okay, so at Community Smart Media, we try to promote independent journalism and community-based journalists to counter fake news and also disinformation. Our main focus is to ensure that journalists from all around the world, and in Zambia specifically, can have the voice wherever they are, in any remote areas they are. Thank you.
Okay. Now that was 2 sentences, but I think there was a semicolon in the middle, not a full stop. So that's fine. And we paired you up with Fred here, Fred Muvunyi, DW's very own strategist, with whom I've been working for many years, a very dear colleague of mine. So Fred, what is it that you would like to know from Numeral?
Yeah, I have listened to your pitch yesterday, and I know that you're going to use AI first to fact check, and then there is a second step to use editors. And I'm just wondering, between editors and AI, who do you trust? best?
That's an interesting question. So we have basically two stages of dealing with the issue of disinformation and also countering fake news. So the first approach is that the journalists write the news, then it goes into the machine learning to detect any falsehood of that news. Then if the news is flagged, let's say there's a percentage of being fake, then it goes to the editors to make a follow-up to clarify if there's any challenge with that news. Thank you.
Okay. Numeral Daka. Thank you very much. And I hope that our audience here now has at least a bit of an idea of what these three outstanding individuals do with their organizations, their startups, their entrepreneurship, really. But before we reveal the winner of the 2023 DW Global Media Forum Startup Contest, can I please ask you for a big round of applause for all 115 contestants from around the world? Thank you. It's a celebration of human ingenuity, and we really appreciate everyone who sends their applications each year. There is incredible stuff in there. And, but there can only be one winner. So, without much further ado, the winner is SharpShark. Congratulations. Congratulations. And also big congratulations to you two. I mean, you beat 112 other people to be here on this stage right now today, and that is something to be very proud of. So, and congratulations. Please share your love one more time. Another round of applause for SharpShark, Ongea Na Demokrasia, and Community Smart Media. All right, Sasha, you're overwhelmed, eh? How does it feel?
I was not prepared in this speech, sorry. First of all, I would like to thank you for evaluating us that high. I was not expecting, of course, that we will win. And I would like, first of all, start from agradecimientos en español. To say thanks, first of all, to my team. It's a intercultural team. We have Argentina, I'm Argentinian, we have Spanish people, we have people from Ukraine, a lot. And I think this intercultural interaction and that we all share democratic values brought up to this achievement to create this real disruptive civil tech. And actually, I would like to use this moment to say that if you remember, in 2019, in Europe, it was a very controversial law about intellectual property, so European Union wanted that every independent author can be recompensed by her or his work. And it was not achieved in this moment because there was no technology that was suitable for this. But now, combining blockchain, IPFS, and another distributed ledgers, we can really comply with the modern intellectual property laws and finally achieve this democratization for all people who create the content. Journalists, photographers, people who make video, bloggers, everybody who are here. So we are here for you. We are here to protect your intellectual property. We are here for media to monetize their content and to democratize the information and to be the source of truth in this uncertain world. Thank you so much.